You've been sleeping wrong your entire life. And the scary part is you don't even realize it because the position you fall asleep in every night is quietly affecting your spine, your breathing, your brain, and your energy levels the next day. And some of the most common sleeping positions are actually the worst things you can do to your body while you're unconscious. But here's what nobody tells you. It's not just about comfort. What's happening to you while you sleep goes much deeper than that. And by the end of this video, you're never going to lie down the same way again. Before we get into it, let me ask you something. When you wake up tired, stiff, or just feeling off, do you ever actually blame the way you slept, or do you just assume it's normal? Because what you're about to hear might completely change that. Let me tell you about two people. Same age, same job, same stress levels, same lifestyle. But one of them wakes up every single morning feeling refreshed, clear-headed, ready to go. And the other one wakes up exhausted, stiff, foggy, reaching for coffee before they can even think straight. What's the difference between them? It's not their diet. It's not their workout routine. It's how they sleep. And once you see this, you won't be able to unsee it. We'll come back to those two people in a minute, because the difference between them is something most people never think about. Let's start with the most common sleeping position in the world, stomach sleeping. And if this is you, pay close attention, because this one feels comfortable, it feels safe, but it is one of the worst things you can do to your body while you're unconscious. Here's why. When you sleep on your stomach, your neck is forced to twist to one side for hours, not minutes, hours. Think about that. No human being would voluntarily hold their neck twisted 90 degrees to the side while they're awake, but we do it every single night without a second thought. Your spine is supposed to be neutral and aligned. Instead, it's under constant pressure while you're completely unaware of it. Over time, that leads to neck pain, lower back strain, nerve compression, even tingling in your arms and fingers. And here's the part that's really unsettling. Most people who sleep on their stomach don't even connect it to how they feel in the morning. They just wake up stiff and deal with it. They blame the mattress, they blame stress, they never question the position. And it gets worse. Stomach sleeping compresses your lungs. That means shallower breathing all night long. Less oxygen, worse sleep quality. You think you're resting, but your body is actually working harder than it should be just to breathe. Now you're probably thinking, okay, stomach sleeping is bad. What about sleeping on your side? Great question, because this is where things get really interesting. Side sleeping is one of the most common sleeping positions in the world, and in many ways, it's one of the better ones. But here's the catch that almost nobody talks about. It depends which side you choose, and most people are choosing wrong. If you sleep on your right side, here's what's happening inside your body. Your stomach is sitting above your esophagus. Gravity is pulling acid upward. That's acid reflux. That's heartburn waking you up at 3 in the morning. That's the sour taste in your throat that you can't explain. And most people who experience this never connect it to which side they're sleeping on. They take antacids, they avoid spicy food, they never just try flipping over. Now flip to your left side. Completely different story. Your stomach sits below your esophagus. Gravity keeps acid where it belongs. Your digestive system flows in the right direction. Your lymphatic system, which is your body's built-in waste filtration network, drains more efficiently. Your heart has less pressure on it. Scientists have actually studied this. Left side sleeping improves digestion, reduces acid reflux, and supports heart function. And most people have absolutely no idea. But here's something about side sleeping that affects how you look. And this one surprises people every time. When you press your face into a pillow for 8 hours, you're creating compression wrinkles. Not from sun damage, not from expressions, from pure mechanical pressure, repeated every single night for years. Dermatologists can literally tell which side a person sleeps on just by looking at their face. The side that touches the pillow ages faster, and unlike UV damage, you can't reverse this with sunscreen. You have to change the behavior. And what happens next is even more surprising. Let's talk about the position people think is the healthiest, sleeping on your back. On paper, this one looks perfect. Your spine stays neutral, your weight is evenly distributed, no pressure on your face, no digestive issues. But there are two catches. First, if you snore, this position makes it significantly worse. And second, back sleeping increases the risk of breathing disruptions during deep sleep, which quietly destroys your sleep quality without you even knowing it's happening. So now you're probably thinking, okay, stomach sleeping is bad. What about sleeping on your back? Great question, because this is where things get really interesting. Now you're probably thinking, if every position has a downside, what am I supposed to do? And this is exactly where most people get it completely wrong. Because here's the thing, it's not just about the position, it's about the support. And this is the difference between those two people we talked about at the beginning. Remember them? Same age, same lifestyle, completely different mornings. Here's what you didn't see. One of them made one change, just one. They switched from sleeping on their stomach to sleeping on their left side with a pillow between their knees. 3 days later, they noticed a difference. 2 weeks later, the chronic back pain they had lived with for years was almost completely gone. The foggy mornings started clearing up. The mid-afternoon energy crashes got better. Not because they changed their diet, not because they started a new supplement, because they fixed something they did for 8 hours every single night. That's the thing most people miss. Sleep isn't just rest, it's recovery. It's the time your body repairs muscle, regulates hormones, processes memories, and cleans your brain. And if your recovery is broken, everything else starts to break too. Your energy, your focus, your mood, your long-term health, all of it traces back to what's happening while you're unconscious. So tonight, before you close your eyes, pay attention. Not to your phone, not to your thoughts, but to how you're lying down. Because something as simple as your sleeping position might be the exact reason you wake up feeling the way you do every morning. You spend roughly 2,900 hours sleeping every single year. 2,900 hours in a position that is either healing your body or quietly stressing it. That is not a small thing. That is your life. Fix the position, support the spine, shift to your left side, put a pillow under your knees. Start tonight, because once you fix how you recover, you don't just sleep better, you live better. And if this made you rethink something you've been doing your whole life, make sure you subscribe, because every single week we break down the invisible habits that are either quietly building you up or slowly breaking you down. The next video covers something just as hidden and just as important, and trust me, you don't want to miss it.